There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out there and the hunt is on. A jungle out there and the hunt is on. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna hunt you down. We gonna come, we ain't playing, it's the last thing on our minds. Go crime much if you really wanna stop crime. Be safe in your home, be safe in the streets. It's a cold place and I'm really feeling the heat. I never wear gold cause someone's always peeping by the fence. I still crime much came and give TNT confidence. I had a dream in the dark, I had a dream in the spring. I had a dream like Martin Luther King.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is I.A.N. This is Crime Watch, and we're back. Top of the evening to you. Top of the evening to you. Good afternoon to all. Good evening to all those viewers out there. All those of you who at 5 to 6 sit religiously, waiting for the #1 show, waiting to make sure you see what product we advertising, making sure you support those who advertise with us. As I mentioned to someone, I only support those who advertise with us. Full stop. And I'm not going to, I don't care if it's my friend, family, or whoever. Once your product is not on my show, I cannot endorse it. And I told someone that today. I can't do that. I say we good, so but I can't do that. Yeah. Oh, shucks, I did not know that. That the sanitizers, remember, you know, at the studio, we have these gallon here for $2.30 and I think $85. A very large gallon. So you could make sure and get it in your business. $230. You know, ladies and gentlemen, for the last few days, we've been really ponging them. And you know, you need to do that. You need to do that because, you know, someone asked me, how come you just pick up this bottle? I never just pick up this bottle. I have been around for a very long time in this dance. But you know, just observing things and looking how people suffering every day. Nobody cares. And it's like everybody is just blinded. They are covered. Their eyes are covered. So you can't really see the light. You can't see the truth of what's happening out there. So I decided, you know what? Let me come out and tell you what's going on. You know, for the past few days, Monday, Tuesday, I have been telling you what's going on in the prison. I've been showing you images of bread, that in fact they getting breakfast at 10:30 in the morning. And just as I said, when the den, in fact, why am I saying the den? When the Attorney General said, and I just want to quote back, I like to quote him back, you know, when he said that there are persons in prison for not just serious crimes, but for obscene language, child maintenance, and even traffic offenses. And I was appalled by what, you know, the videos circulating. They get, you know, let me just show you. Bread and corned beef. What's bread and corned beef? Look at it. Yeah, that is the bread and corned beef. And this is the bread and chana. And millions of dollars allocated there. But I have a mark to bus today, you know. I have a mark to bus today. And it's not a matter, you see, I tell you something today. I don't have to be like every other journalist and collect no money from nobody, you know. I am for the people. Somebody must speak out. And there is corona. Well, last week I didn't know it had corona in prison. Monday when you put on the show, you realize that here what's going on now. It have corona, COVID-19 in prison, people in cell, there are no water in prison, nothing, no water. Everybody's innocent till proven guilty now. They took persons, and yesterday when I buzzed the Magda, they took persons from MSP and wherever and brought them down to Royal Jail in town. That is when they realized I had my facts right. Because remember, millions of dollars are being spent here, millions of dollars. And today, ladies and gentlemen, the now, I call him the now. You know why I call him the now? Because before he speaks, he look at Rowley like that and come back to you. The camera is facing him and he looks at the Prime Minister like that and then talk. He can never look at the camera and speak. And like anything they tell him to do, he will do it. And remember, he said he does not make the ultimate decision. So if you're not dancing, you are just a puppet on a string. And I will give out, I.A.N. Allen, when people have issues with health, I will give out the numbers to call. I was supposed to call someone today, but I'll have to go through back my phone to get the number where they said that they've been waiting. Apparently they have kidney stone. And they were supposed to do the surgery in San Fernando. I'm just telling you what's going on in this country now, in San Fernando. And today, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, the informer, well, however, let the stone get big, because next year, you'll come back wrong next year, April, because the stone, the machine to blast the stone, the kidney stone is not working. Do you know how many poor persons of lesser straws out there waiting for a surgery like that? You know how many people taking dialysis on a regular basis, and still, how come the government wouldn't even buy dialysis machine because there's a lot of people in Trinidad affected by renal failure. How many people? A lot. What exactly is going on in this country? But let me hit you back to the prison, and I expose them about corona. You know this no good man, a member of the team of liars. He's a member of the team of liars. He's one of the members, and I call them that they are liars. I have no respect for them. I have absolutely no respect for him. After busting the mark Monday and Tuesday and telling the nation the truth, it's only today he come out and say about corona in prison. Look at it. Listen to it.
An outbreak, once you have an environment that is somewhat sterile, so we treat the prison as a separate entity away from the general population, and as per their press release, they have indicated they have put measures in place early on, I think as early as February or March, so that we can actually isolate that population as best as they can, decrease visitations, those kinds of measures they had put in place to treat it as a separate population. Having no cases in that environment, of course, 1 or 2 cases will signal an outbreak in that particular environment. They have now 84. So if you take it as an isolated area, it is an outbreak in the prisons. So it's considered an outbreak.
It is an outbreak. How the hell? Monday didn't say it, Tuesday didn't say it in the press conference. How today you come out and say it? So you just get up this morning and realize there is an outbreak. You know why there is an outbreak? You know why you come and tell the nation there is an outbreak? Because we came out and tell the nation what was going on. Somebody had to come out and tell the nation, what are you doing? And if there's an outbreak in the prison, what are you doing to ensure that the prisoners, that the prison officers and them don't take corona and carry it by their mother and their grandfather and their children? I only hope all the money allocated for the prison system, I only hope, ladies and gentlemen, that all they make sure and buy PPE attire for these people, you know. I only hope so, you know. Because, and one thing I would like Stuart Young to come out and tell the nation, how come in prison, all this money spent and they're getting lunch at breakfast at 25 to 11. There are persons who are diabetic, who have to get medication, and they're not even getting the medication. Everybody's innocent till proven guilty. Even though, if they are convicted all over the world, is their right. Is their right. But you know what? The prison system have too much a bubble. I want to tell you something also. So today you found out that the machine to do the, if you have stone in your kidney, to blast the stone, for those of you who can't go to a doctor and pay $40,000, $50,000, San Fernando Hospital, the machine is down. The machine is down. So they're telling you quite April, you'll come back next year. By then you're dead. By then you're suffering with kidney problem, renal failure, that is it, you're done. I just let you know, all this going on, you know. All this going on, ladies and gentlemen. And imagine, I just want you to know, I want you to know. And I don't feel some of you really understand, really understand. Even with respect to the food, now I'll still come to Port of Spain and tell you what's going on in Tonga, they have their plan. But just imagine that in times like this, ladies and gentlemen, look what's going on. It's only now, open up the lines a little bit now. Only now we realize there's an outbreak in the prison. Could you get that part for me while I'm taking a call where he said there is an outbreak? How come it didn't have no break before? How come? You know nobody break? Open up the lines to me. Put up the numbers to call. I'll tell you, and what I want to ask you, and this is our next racket to siphon money. You see that National School Dietary Services, the box lunch? School closed, right? School closed. Since March 15th. In 2015, it was costing the government 250 million. In 2016, when they came back, they cut it down. They cut it down. It was 235.5 million. They cut it down. They started dealing with the food and making sure don't feed our nation's children. Do you know how many people, how many children out there rely on a proper meal, a box lunch, rely on a meal, a nice breakfast? Who parents cannot afford a good breakfast, they will get a little fruit. Well, oh my God, well, here what's going on. From next year, all they're getting pomsite and mango and guava. Things to stick up in all your mouth. Seed to stick up in all your mouth. Because you know that luxury items. Because I know a proper meal recommended by a person who a nutritionist, will tell you make sure you have an apple or banana or something in the meal and whatnot. In 2019, in 2017, they cut it. 45 million cut to repay loan. So it came in 2019 was 200. In 2020, 29 million. Now in 2020, you would say October 29 million to cover October to December. Like this year. Who getting box lunch right now when the children doing Zoom home? Who getting box lunch? So where that 29 million going? Huh? Tell me. But do you know how many children do not have access to this lunch? Don't matter what school they give and this and that and all kind of thing. It could never be 29 million. Never. Never. So by the time a parent go and collect the lunch and take a taxi, the candle costs him more than the funeral. Because what sense you spend $25 to go and collect a box food? What sense? When you spending $29 or $30 to travel to go and collect a box food. That make no sense. So I'm just showing you where that money going. So that is something you need to access about. Where that money going? Come and think about it. Where that 29 million going? Open up the lines. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. But you know what I like? I like when he now come out and say, it have an outbreak. You know break now. Listen to him again. All the time, it didn't have no outbreak in prison. All the time.
So we treat the prison as a separate entity away from the general population. And as per their press release, they have indicated they have put measures in place early on. I think as early as February or March, so that we can actually isolate that population as best as they can, decrease visitations, those kinds of measures they had put in place to treat it as a separate population. Having no cases in that environment, of course, 1 or 2 cases will signal an outbreak in that particular environment. They have now 84. So if you take it as an isolated area, it is an outbreak in the prisons. So it's considered an outbreak. Yes, it is an outbreak.
Right? There is an outbreak in prison. You realize what's going on? There is an outbreak in prison. Wow. Open up the lines. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Allen.
Good evening.
I just heard you talk about the machine is down in San Fernando.
Yeah.
It's also down in Mount Hope as well.
It's down where?
In Mount Hope as well, because my husband has the same kidney stone problem. And when he goes to do it, they told him that the machine is down, that he has to wait for how long until next year, February.
Next year. So you see? So when I come here, I hold on, yeah, miss, don't hang up. Please do not cut the call, huh? So when I come out here and I talk, I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. So now you are hearing, ladies and gentlemen, you are hearing, while he's trying to revitalize tongue and billions of dollars and sell tongue to the 1%. They sold tongue to the 1%, yeah? They sold tongue to the 1%. And let me tell you this. Now you are hearing the machine to blast the stone from your kidney. It not working in San Fernando. It's not working in Mount Hope. So, ma'am, what is your husband going to do now?
Well, he has to wait until February next year.
So, if you need to go to a doctor, how much a procedure like that will cost?
$45,000.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Ma'am, if I had it, if I was in charge, the people first.
Right now, he has a stent in him for over 3 months now. They keep, every time he goes into the clinic, they keep rescheduling his
Hold a second. But this no good Kafa man, convent girl, came out and said the hospital is his own. Get that for me. He said the hospital is his own. So if the hospital is yours, you big waste. Here what's going on. How come the machines are working? So you see how, Miss, thanks again.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You see? So you realize how these people seeing themselves first. And that is why when this government came back into power this year, they came back to close deals and and make sure to sell this country, you know. To sell this country, you know. During the course of the Shell Power, sure they're doing it. To sell this country, you know. To sell this country. Imagine all around Piccadilly, acquisition. They're taking your property and giving you small money. Taking your property and giving it. Is that necessary right now? When the machine in Mount Hope not working and you all voted for this man? A big waste. Look at him. Look at him. Every day look at him. He's upset with his own self. No peace. What's that? The machine can't be repaired? How much a machine costing? Well, if they're trying to siphon money from the school feeding program, I can put my neck on a block and machine can't be 29 million. I can put my neck on a block. Somebody I know was selling dialysis machine, boy. How much he has right now? 6. How much he wants? I'll talk to him. See what we could do. It's just sad. It's just sad. It's just crazy what's going on in this country. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Hi, Ian.
Hi, go ahead.
I just calling to say, drink some coffee. The election was in August. Go on there. You have to wait 5 years again.
Thank you. Well said. Well said. Somebody said they don't know if they use the same software to thief election outside in the world if they use it here too. Ballots all over Trinidad. All in the bush you're finding it. Nothing come out of it. An average cost for one of the machines is about $16,000 US. Just imagine that. Why you can't have systems in place and do surgeries, cataract surgery, you have it. Bam, you have your machine. A weekend, cataract surgery, a backlog. Bam, 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 bam. You set up a whole thing. You lick up that. You 200-300, you lick it up in 2 months. You come now. Hey, what surgery we have again? That surgery? To blast stone and thing from your kidney? Bam, 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 bam. They don't care about all here. They don't care about nobody. He cares only about himself. He cares only about himself and himself alone. This government care only about itself and itself alone. They don't care about you. Imagine, some of you could go and swipe a card and maybe you might have an insurance that will pay for your surgery. But you have to understand, when it's a flood, not everybody living in a high house. You need to understand that. Not every person living in a high house, that they are not affected by flood. First thing you will say, we are blaming Rowley for that, but they are citizens of this country that fall under health. Not everybody is successful. Not everybody has a credit card, an infinite credit card, or a black card, or whatever. Hi, caller. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Allen.
Good evening.
Mr. Allen, seeing is believing. What is happening in this country, and everybody so quiet.
Are you not quiet? I am not quiet. I am not quiet.
Mr. Allen, what is this going on? I mean, here now, they say your health is your wealth. This morning, a gentleman said he has two. This morning, a gentleman said he has two leaking valves. And they told him the earliest he could get his appointment for his surgery is August next year.
Next year. Just imagine
and that is what these people, it's been going on.
And taking the money and selling Porter Spain. Are we doing it now? They're taking the money. Let me tell you, Power Gen already sold it now. And it's sold to this, and it's sold to the 1% community, you know. And let me tell you something. He said he coming. They said they're coming to revitalize Tongue. He coming to revitalize Port of Spain. He coming to revitalize Port of Spain. He going to revitalize Port of Spain. Let me tell you something. You know who's going to profit? Let me tell you what was the plan. The plan was, when they won election now, is to come and make sure who profits. So, when you upgrade an area, any house next door value more money. Okay, somebody upgrade an area, they pave the road, good infrastructure, and you have a small house. But all around you have big house. And your small house will value more money. So tell me, among the East Indian and the Afro-Trinidadian, who have property in Tongue? Who have the majority of properties in Tongue? It is not East Indian and it is not African. They might have one or two. They might have 2, 3. But the real movers and shakers at Tongue is the 1%. And you are making sure that their business fixed properly, that they could rent the building, they could do all kind of thing with the building. Tongue fixed up nice. They could sell the building, they could do what they want. That is not necessary right now. So that is why you had a plan when you said that Queen Street is a toilet. You had a plan when you said that. Because now you're looking for, I just say you're looking for something wrong. You're looking for excuse in order to cut a flick. So you're telling me that is more important. That is more important, fixing Tongue, but making sure that the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, they can't go to the hospital to get proper surgeries. They're waiting almost a year. You're hearing all the machines down. So what is your flick? Sell the 1%, the whole of Tongue, while we suffer? We are not going to suffer, Mr. Gentleman. It hardly have even medication. It has no medication in pharmacy. Always out of stock in the hospital pharmacies and them. Always out of stock. Always, always, always. But nobody want to talk. Nobody want to say anything. Let me take a fast break. When we come back, we'll continue.
Unique Woodworking Trinidad Limited and Unique Lumber Guyana Incorporated are premium manufacturers and exporters for high-quality wood and steel doors, bifolding sliding and pocket door systems, operable louver shutters, hardwood floors, staircases, and decks. We specialize in bank counters, office furniture, cabinetry with granite countertops, and over 500 architectural molding designs. We provide complete outfitting for hotels, resorts, hospitals, banks, tertiary institutions, condominiums, and residential projects. We also supply kiln-dried greenheart, mahogany, cedar, and teak lumber locally and regionally. Our logs are cut and shipped by Unique Lumber Guyana and properly dried in our computerized kiln at our factories facilities in Trinidad. For over 32 years, our products have been standing strong, and we are committed to providing after-sales support. Visit our showroom or check out our website at www.uniquedoors-tt.com. It's the quality that makes us unique.
November is World Diabetes Month. Whether you've been newly diagnosed, are currently fighting, or concerned about a loved one, Platinum Medical Laboratory Services is here for you. We offer diabetes testing, which includes a free eye exam this month, by appointments only. Located at 244 Eastern Main Road, 5 Rivers, Aruca, or call 640-7745 for more info.
what to do. You've got to flu responsibly, baby. Sneezing, coughing, got to block it. Dirty hands, you got to wash it. Panadol, you got to pop it. Nothing works faster. Nothing works faster.
Experience the thrill of the grill at the ranch located at Trin City and C3 Center and opening soon at the shops of Arima. Fast, convenient and efficient service. Delivery available via the Food Drop app. Visit or order today.
It's the best time of the year to get your Indian outfits. Get the best off-season deal at Fab India Expo. Now closing on November 30th, 40 Thursdays. Get flat 50% off the entire food court. The biggest Indian expo in the Caribbean. Fab India Expo.
Come on down to Adams Optical, where we offer free comprehensive eye exams with free frames and a 3-month payment plan with no interest. We have a wide selection of frames and shades for everyone, and we also specialize in contact lens examination. We are located at RRM Plaza on High Street, San Fernando and 91 Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Find us on Facebook or visit us in store. Adams Optical.
Hello Trinidad, the largest department chain in the Caribbean is here, American Expo, with a massive 50% off blowout sale. 3 mega locations newly opened: the Center of Excellence Macoya, the Rig Compound San Fernando, and South Haven Shopping Center Day Bay. Stock from Macy's, Target, JCPenney, Walmart, and more. Shop new arrivals in women's, men's, and kids' clothing, shoes, bags, toys, household items, and stationery. Like no other store in the nation, American Expo.
Sale extravaganza, now on at International Tiles, porcelain wood plank tiles, $16.95. Designer ceiling installed package, cushion padded vinyl floorings, commercial and outdoor carpets, $42 per square yard. SPC waterproof click planks, $16.50 per square foot. Exquisite granite and quartz countertops, Turkish rugs, and doormats. A massive 10% discount store-wide. San Juan, Charleville, and San Fernando, and now open on Sundays. Prepare to be the envy of your neighbors.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You know, just imagine this, huh? Just imagine this. All this thing going on in this country. And, you know, people and ministers who are watching right now will say, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing because all your pocket full. That ain't nothing because all your driver. That ain't nothing because all you can go to any hospital, any private nursing home and swipe all your card. And all these ministers, all they will get free this and free that. But what about the poor man? What about the small man in this country? I hear the MRI machine down in Mount Hope too. 4,000 for MRI. The machine down and nobody want to fix it. And there's a racket with that too. Because when you go, them referring you to somewhere to go and get it privately. When you do catch, all of them link up together. Yeah, it have cases like that. It have cases like that. But just imagine machines, equipment down in this country. But you thinking to revitalize Port of Spain right now for the 1% on them. That is your main issue, you know. And imagine you hearing on national television, well, my kidney gone. My kidney gone and here what going on. That's nothing I could do because the machines on them down. But while all that going on, ladies and gentlemen, let me just give you some, how they spend money. And that's why your child can get a laptop. That's why your child can get a good grant. That's why the cerebral palsy, children who have cerebral palsy, they can't even get a wheelchair. They can't get a grant. He took the grant. This government cut the grant. The parent of a child who is cerebral palsy, they would have gotten a little grant because they had to spend the 24 hours with that child. So instead of to go to work, the last government would have given them a little stipend. Well, only hold on to that to take care of the child too. The government come and cut that. He say, ban your belly and ban your belly. But you never ban your belly. You never ban your belly. You never ban your belly because I can take you back. The Stallmeyer's Castle in 2018. All that time you in power, it cost $48 million. 48 to restore, $48 million. That I put in food on my table. That I put in a laptop in for my child. That I buy no machine for in Mount Hope. That can expedite a surgery. Nothing. You take $48 million. Whitehall, you say the roof went bad. They blame Patrick Mann and they say, but we didn't need that right now. Look, Whitehall. $32 million in a $32 million in a. All this, listen, all this in power because you know what? You are no different to Mugabe and all of them in that part of the world. Bling. Bling. And you had the people running behind the Benz and them. You see how they be running? In the dusty road and they're running behind all the Prados. And when they come out of their car, boy, oh God. You're chanting Mugabe, you're chanting this, you're chanting that. Just imagine that. And today, another machine working. The President House, 89 million. 89, but you tell us when you come into power to ban with belly, to tighten your belt, to turn no money, where you get 89 million from? Tell the nation where you get 89 million from. The Red House, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't even necessary. Was not even necessary to spend money. Focus on health. You come and you spend $441 million on the Red House. But good, all it was in Parliament. Good, we could have hold back that money and chuck it somewhere in medical. Chuck it somewhere in health. 441 million. And I hear, ladies and gentlemen, a relative of a minister, a woman, she named calling in contract in both in President House and the Red House. Yeah? But everything is just slide in this country. Everything is just slide. Everybody make their money. Just imagine that. Hold on. The Arima General Hospital started in March 2016. The Arima General, when we had Grandy, and we could just spruce up Grandy and do what we had to do. They come and they spend over $1,601,276,961.40. Just imagine that. Just imagine that. Just a rank. 1 billion, you know. 1 billion. All that wasn't necessary right now. Do things that are affecting the people fast. Get more bed in Mount Hope. Do what we have to do. Use up Kuva Hospital. See how we can add on to add on a little wing here, a little wing there. But somebody, well, let me tell you something. When all these projects going on, you know who making money? Is the P&M contractors making money. The people who finance the P&M, who finance government, who give them money for campaigning, that is how they make money when contract running. The restoration of work on the floor, what's that? The mill floor, mill floor building started in 2018, overseen by UDCOT. They spent $10 million on that. But where's that? Where's that? Construction of the new Point 14 hospital to begin in 2015 was formally opened. $1.2 billion. $1.2 billion, you know, was opened on Saturday for $1.2 billion, you know. $1 billion, you know. You can imagine that? And let me tell you something. I want all you who vote for these people and them to feel sick today. You see, when you sit down in your house and you see you can't change your roof and you see you can't do this, you can't put a proper door, the AC leaking, you have to have an old door like my house. Right? The AC leaking. When rain fall, instead of you hog up, you have to run for bucket. You know how much money Rowley spent on his residence, $18 million. His Tobago residence, $18 million. And after that, you know what he did? He invited his friend and his family to eat and drink. Watch all of them. Watch all of them. Watch all of them. I didn't make up that. A little bit the house look like mine's. But it's nothing like that. But let me tell you something. Watch he and his wife, watch. $18 million. Watch them, they're happy. Look at the windows, watch. Me have no problem with them, get him off. $18 million, watch. $18 million. $18 million. Just imagine that, the Prime Minister residence. And that is why today, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot get a proper MRI, the machines in the hospital down, because they are leaving you to die. That is why they cannot give the prison officers, the hard-working prison officers who risk their lives every day, no proper PPE uniform outfits. That is why they cannot give the prisoners and them, because they have squandered the money. They have taken it and they have taken the money, do contracts, and that is how, listen man, the tile man, the friend go get money. The woodman go get money. The contractor, the gravel man go get money. The scaffolding go get money. I hear it about a certain minister register. All the contractors he on right now. All. He name on it. He wably. Everybody. Just imagine that. And to hear, ladies and gentlemen, that even the machine to blast the stone in your kidney down. Police can't get their money. But you know why I want to ask you something, Rowley? Researcher, tell me something. Ain't it that a pastor had 92 million or something, or 21 million? The matter before the court. You all remember that? Could you type it up for me, please? When that happened? That happened last December when there was a pastor, I think, but that matter before the court setting, I don't know. Yeah, 22 million. Look, we have the image here. How come, right? Yeah, this was all the money from the church. 22 million. But how come, and I ask you today, how come you didn't call in the Bajan police? How come you didn't call in the Bajan police? How come you didn't call in the people and them from London? How come you didn't call them in? How come? I want to ask you a question, Rowley. Who are the most money in the SS? But how come you didn't call in police? How come you didn't call in foreigners when the pastor had the money? Well, that matter before the court. So we are just showing you about an event that with the same amount of money. But you know, the reason why you did that, because you have to undermine Gary. I hear they don't pick a commissioner already, you know. I hear they already. A man in the dance don't know his name up there already, you know. Because you know what? After I do all that, I have to control the police service. So nobody can rile up, nobody can riot, nobody can march. I could do what I want. I could sell tongue, I could do what I want. How come? I just asking you how come. I just asking you how come today. How come? And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, that is why SRP in the police service cannot get their money. Look where your money went. It went in Stolmeyer's Castle, it went in Whitehall, 32 million. It went in President House, 89 million. It went in the Red House, 441 million. Milfloor. Right? Milfloor. Fleur. Building started in 2018. 10 million. Arima Hospital, 1,601 million. Construction, Point 14 Hospital, 1.2 billion. I'm just showing you. And he residence, 18 million. And that money could have go towards police and overtime and things. So I'm just showing you now. I'm just showing you. They put in the cart before the horse. And you, the citizens, are the last. I didn't come and tell you this, I show you figures. This is the way your money went. And that is why today, ladies and gentlemen, your child had to be doing Zoom classes on a little phone. That is why today, they are talking, and imagine, how all that, and you had to cut scholarship. How all that, and you, watch me, you cut scholarship by 300. How all that? You don't want the people get educated, because once they get educated, they will stand up against you and answer the question. Yeah? You don't want them to be bright. You don't want them to be intelligent. You want to keep them down. Like you say, how this government keep the people down in Beetham, and keep the people down in Sealots, and keep the people down in Lavantil. He want to keep them down, and he bringing that same style. He wanted cross the lighthouse. That same way to keep people down. But how come? If we didn't have no money, right? If we didn't have no money, well, look, how come will you get all the money to do that? So you see, I just show you today, ladies and gentlemen. We could have had 600 to scholarship. Yeah? Every child could have got a grant and a laptop. We could have had all the machines to make sure to fix all the stone in all the kidney, to blast it, all the MRI, all the surgeries needed. And they could have done that. All the children today who waiting on a surgery on list, the 200 plus who waiting to do surgeries abroad, they could have gone to their surgeries, but they choose to take the money and big up themselves. Let's take a break.
Check out Homeland Marketing Company Limited and view our large stock of ready-made wrought iron designs. Visit us at 44 Montrose Main Road, Chiconas, or call 235-4283 Gate or 235-4766 Iron.
Experience the taste of the islands. Fresh Express coconut water is 100% natural and locally sourced. Available at all leading supermarkets and bars nationwide.
Nestled in the trove of Maturising Trace lies the awe-inspiring Serenity Hills Palace, boasting of the most relaxing staycation Trinidad has to offer. This is paradise as it was meant to be. The most romantic rooms, calmest pools, accompanied by our expansive outdoor decks. Stay with a friend or up to 10. We cater for all events. WhatsApp 1917-239-5799 for inquiries and bookings.
Santa is back at the Mid-Center Mall Christmas Flea Market from December 5th to the 27th. Shopping, food, entertainment. Mid-Center Mall Christmas Flea Market from December 5th. Visit us this Christmas.
Arangwa's Alignment Center specializes in computerized alignment and balancing tire sales and service, new and foreign used tires, repairs on all sizes. We do diagnostic scan for all makes of vehicles, oil and filter change. Located at Rambuju Street, Arangwa. Call 675-6713 or 751-4346.
Don't let the sun stop your fun or the rain ruin your day. Get complete coverage from custom canopies and coverings. Our team of highly qualified experts will have you covered. We fabricate, install and refurbish both residential and commercial awnings. We work around the clock to ensure the job gets done with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call us in Trinidad at 293-6142 or 463-7429 and in Tobago at 282-1068 or visit our website.
Here's what to do, you've got to flu responsibly, baby. Sneezing, coughing, got to block it. Dirty hands, you got to wash it. Panadol, you got to pop it. Nothing works faster, nothing works faster.
Try our high-quality unbleached bromate-free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited, 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia.
Flame Express Grills has specials starting at $20. All meals are freshly prepared with halal meats. Ask about our barbecue specials. Enjoy something new every day at any of our 3 locations with delivery from our St. Augustine branch. Flame Express Grill, fresh off the grill.
Do you know just how important tires are in getting the maximum performance from your car? Dunlop, a leading manufacturer of ultra-high performance tires, carefully designed grooves and blocks for more rubber-to-road contact.
Elegant Draperies Christmas sale is now on. Turn your rooms into that designer look with our drapery fabrics, rods, blinds and accessories. We have something for every room. Comforter sets, rugs and mats, panels and much more. Just arrived cloth mask, KN95 mask, elastic. Elegant Draperies located at 29 Todd Street, San Fernando. Now open on Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Shop now and save. Organifi Green is the #1 gently dried superfood. Increase mental capacity and reduce stress with ashwagandha, the major ingredient in the superfood blend. Feel relaxed and reduce stress with a solid dose of antioxidants in the alkaline greens blend. Available at pharmacies nationwide or contact Gradient Health and Fitness, the sole distributor for Organifi in TNT today.
Head down to Ram Styles Curry for the best in local Indian cuisine. Enjoy both meat and veggie option. Our signature steaming roti keeps you coming back for more. Call for order and pick up or visit us at Extra Food Plaza, O'Meara Road, Arima.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you realize what's going on in this country? You realize today? Some of you can't even afford. Imagine property tax coming, all kind of thing coming. When they sell the gas station to the 1%, they sell it to their friend and family. So gas go up come January and we can't do nothing. This man, and telling me, you want to sell tongue. They have, all by Piccadilly, all these people and them losing their house. They're going to lose their homes. They're going to lose their building. Because government coming to take it and give small money for it, next to nothing. You to fend after that. All because you want to make sure the 1% of them control tongue. You want to make sure you have become a slave to them. This government has become a slave to the 1%. Just so they will come and take over customs and excise and VAT office and everything. And they're going to rule everything. They're going to sell the poor. The man sell the whole of tongue. And the man sell the whole of tongue. What are you going to revitalize when it's no machine? It's no, that's why education is nothing to them. That is why education is nothing to them. Nothing. They have nothing. They have nothing planned for Beetham residents. Nothing planned for Sealats. Because when you oppress people like that and you don't give them nothing, they become a product of the environment. They start to get agitated. They're upset. They have no food. They have no work. They have nothing. But I run across the highway and that a pelt stone and all kind of thing. I mean, that don't give them the right, but it's a bigger picture. It's a bigger picture, and that is how they want to have you. They don't care about education. All our money spent, and you see it for yourself. All our money spent. And here the man now, he come and he say, I'm going to sell tongue. All by power gen, all behind La Parose Cemetery, all in the back there. It's gone and 1% take over every single building there. They're selling everything. The man when they're going to dismantle power gen, I know the man who coming to buy the metal, the steel already. They don't pick the people already. Is the worst. In politics, I'm going to tell you something. Everything has a morality of its own. I'm not saying politics is church. You have to understand the dance. Government all over the world, in a pandemic, they take money, they put away money. But at the end of the day, the people first said the people, they go sort out the people. But here, they thief all the money and the hell was with you. They thief all the money and gone and the hell was with you. And what you going to say, is a good show today? That is why, because of this show, ladies and gentlemen, this no good man now had to come out and say, here what's going on. It really have an outbreak in prison. Look at him. Listen to him.
Will signal an outbreak in that particular environment. They have now 84.
Yeah.
So if you take it as an isolated area, it is an
Monday and Tuesday, he is saying nothing. He is saying nothing about outbreak. But you realize it really break now. Party done. It's sickening. Anyhow, I'm paying special attention. This has engaged my attention, yeah? The 21-year-old Karapo woman is currently Well, it engaging the attention of the police too. Vidisha Budu, aka Twinkle of Carchase Carapo, was found dead at her home by her boyfriend on Tuesday. I want to hear more about that, yeah? I want to hear more about that. All right? All right, so we just want to know more about that. Also, an oil spill reported by fishermen in Woodland. According to an article, there was an Heritage Petroleum said it is investigating the oil spill in Woodland. That a serious oil spill in Woodland, just to let you know that. Crazy thing in this place, yes? Also, remember the 2-year-old was expected to have surgery at San Fernando General Hospital today to remove the stray bullet that became lodged in his arm during the Diwali celebration in Barrackpore on Saturday. The child was in his family TEELUCKSINGH Trace yard with his 6-year-old brother lighting DEYAS when an explosion was heard nearby, followed by sighting of fireworks. When they do hear it, it's a bullet in the child's hand, yes? A man was granted bail, 80,000, after pleading not guilty to a series of charges, including assaulting the officer when he appeared before a Port of Spain magistrate. You remember this? Mark Anthony Joseph of Nelson Street was arrested and charged with 2 counts of assaulting a police officer in the execution of his duties, resisting arrest, using obscene language. And you know what the country, you know, it's so silly, yeah? And it just goes to show. He had to come Shogunas and do that. He had to come Shogunas. I tell you, people know who to beat now. Man know which police to come wrong now. He had to come Shogunas and do that. To slap a police officer. I tell that on national television. You're taking God out of your thoughts. God out of your thoughts. Before we go further, I want to say happy birthday to my good friend, the owners of Serenity. That fancy place down south. Mervyn and Dawn. Happy birthday. Husband and wife celebrating the same birthday on the same celebrating their birthday on the same day. Just imagine. So to Mervyn and Dawn, happy birthday to you. And thanks for supporting our show. I think on Friday, his son, their son Avi is celebrating his birthday, but today there's a gentleman who came here and during the Diwali celebration, Mr. Kandu, we have a photograph of him. Today is his birthday. Yesterday was his happy belated to him. So Mr. Kandu, you have his daughter, Shivani Kandu. Really, really nice girl also. This is Mr. Kandu singing here last Friday for us.
Guru Maharaj, Guru Jai Jai.
All right, so we had a big celebration here. Just give it to the Hindu community and support them. Also, just to let you know, for every police officer will have pepper spray from Monday, according to the Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith. Speaking at the TTPS weekly media briefing yesterday, over a year after it was initially announced, the officer would have the items to use. Griffith said he will work in conjunction with tasers as part of the service minimum use of force policy. Open up the lines to me. Hi, caller. Good evening. You're live on crime. Go ahead.
And my police officers, check yourself first in your own home before you criticize us. The pepper spray would be issued. There are also tasers that have been issued for hundreds of police officers. They would be trained. And the reason for this is not just for us to spray people. We wish it would give us no pleasure in doing so. But we must have a minimum use of force policy in this country to ensure that police officers can be protected without the use of the firearm. And it goes right back to my point of where have we reached as a society. Because we've reached a point now where people are videotaping something like this, laughing and screaming and...
Also, ladies and gentlemen, a man was granted, hold on. Officers of the Toronto Police Service have arrested and charged a Colombian who was in possession of 7 kilograms of marijuana in Tunapuna on Sunday during an anti-crime exercise. Let's take a fast break.
Earth Feda Immunite tablets increases your immunity, especially during COVID-19, with ingredients such as turmeric, basil, ashwagandha, long pepper, amla, and ginger at all leading pharmacies nationwide. Call MTR Investments Limited for wholesale inquiries and more. Stay immune, stay strong.
New Eyewear presents its luxury eyewear collection. Come and see some of the biggest brands in the eyewear industry. Versace, Nike, Nine West, Coach, Michael Kors, Ray-Ban, and much more. Get great specials and promos every day. Pre-selected frame with special brand purchases. Get digital customized lenses with nanofilm anti-glare coatings and transition lenses. Situated at 91D Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Call 672-5052 or 390-3196. Conditions apply.
Rami, pepper sauce for how you taste so good and we want more. Rami, pepper sauce for how you taste so good and we want more. 3 flavors, spicy soca, reviver, perfect blend of flavor. Spicy soca, reviver, perfect blend of flavor. Rami, pepper sauce, the perfect blend of flavor.
It's the best time of the year to get your Indian outfits. Get the best off-season deal at Fab India Expo. Now closing on November 30th, 40 Thursdays. Get flat 50% off the entire food court. The biggest Indian expo in the Caribbean. Fab India Expo.
Is that a woman who's supposed to come back on a flight, repatriation flight? And they said that she need to get some clearance, but it takes 5 days. But you need to get the results 72 hours before your board the flight. I will tell you all about that tomorrow. Also, it have farm workers presently in Guyana waiting in Canada awaiting information from Trinidad and Tobago government with respect to the exemption for all farm workers to return back into our country. Hundreds out there. Leave them there, let them suffer. That is Stuart Young approach. You know, my good friend Omar now sent me something here. Very interesting, yeah? Very, very interesting. The biggest toilet in Port of Spain is the Parliament Chambers on Friday. That's it. No, and it's so true, eh? It is so true. Look at the money spent. Look at the money spent on the President's house. Look at the money spent on the President's house, $89 million. Look at it. You think all that is necessary right now? $89 million. Look at the money spent on Rowley House in Tobago residence. The Prime Minister residence, watch. And then invite all the FERNANDO to come and eat and drink. Just imagine that. I tell them massa days, you know. It's just massa days, and that is why when you can't get a MRI and you can't get a surgery and you can't get a scan in the hospital, because there are people in this country that rely on the public health sector, but they don't care. They don't care. No scholarship for children, no gate, but nothing left to sell. Go cut cane and work for Syria, and we got to do that. Massa days on the horizon, not the Calcutta ship. Well said, Omar. Well said. Well said. Massa days. Massa days. I want to say a special to my advertisers. Remember, Caribbean Safety Product is powering up the Christmas. Up for grabs, 2 iPads, the latest 8th generation Apple iPad. Spend $500 and enter for your chance. First draw is December the 4th, and the second December the 18th. You will win. Well, you could win these items once you got Caribbean Safety Products. Also, I want to say a special hello to Flame Express Grill, Adams Optical, American Expo, Homeland Marketing, Tire Clinic, Fresh Express Coconut Water, Unique Woodworking, and we want to say a special hello to the Immunite tablet to build up yourself. Make sure. Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch. Open up the lines. So you see what's going on in this country? I have so much to tell you, you know. I have so much to tell you. But I'm glad how they come out and confess it have an outbreak. All the time it's an outbreak, you know, but it's just mash up every day. Mervyn and Dawn, you all have a wonderful night, huh? Enjoy yourself. You're great people. Thanks for supporting my show. To all those advertisers, here now we really need to stand in. You see, tomorrow I will tell you all about that Port of Spain thing. How they're selling tongue. Because at the end of the day, the East Indian and the Afro-Trinidadian, the French Creole, them don't have no building in town. It's only one or twos on them. It's only really one or two. You know, there's the few, the minority. But the real movers and shakers from the 1%. And you making sure that all their buildings go up. You making sure they have bought the buildings, they buy gas station, every single thing. Everything already set in stone, you know. Everything already set in stone. But just think about it. If we have all that money, how come your child have a laptop today? And you telling me left foot, right foot? Even the contract to drench the rivers and them, how much it costs? Yeah? Hi, caller, good evening. You're live on Crime Watch.
Good night, Mr. Allen. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right. I'm just calling to say Rowley's doing a good job, man. I love Rowley.
You love Rowley? Okay. Because you don't live here. You don't live here, that's why. People out there don't understand, you know. People who live in America and live in New York and live in London and then go say, why I.A.N. Allen talking? Why you mashing out the people so far? You don't understand because only who in the kitchen just feel the heat. Is that people, just imagine that. $29 million for box food right now from October, 20-something million for October to December. But who getting that box food right now? Where that money going? The middleman making the money. Watch me. MRI machine down. Kidney machine down. But were you finding all this money to go and revitalize Port of Spain? Look at money all this spend. Hi, caller, good evening. And I mustn't talk. Hi, caller, good evening.
Ian. Hi, Ian. How are you?
Great.
Okay, so the machines are not technically done. A lot of these doctors and these machines are moving into private practice where the doctors can charge you privately for a lot of these procedures that need to be done. Okay,
yeah.
So all of this stuff about the machines being done, it's a cash cow for the doctors. They can send you privately to go and get the
I love it. I love it. It's true. It's true. It is true.
Yeah.
So nobody making recommendation and pushing to fix the machine. I love it. I love it. You spoke like a bicycle wheel. And you have to be calling from abroad. That all over the world is watching. London does WhatsApp me. People, yeah. I have a good friend in London who's watching right now. Special hello to her. I want to say a special hello to Dumfrey, a good friend of mine's, locked on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. Tomorrow you're going to get it more. Tomorrow you're going to be here, understand tonight. And that is why today don't give up. You know. We're going to have the best Christmas. You know. Listen, to live we would live. You know. To live we would live. You know. To live we would live. I'm just telling you, just to get in your head now, where we really going. But as much as they want to destroy us, if life gives you a lemon, we're going to turn it into lemonade. Come next year, we'll all live. And this show will be around. WhatsApp me on 2944081 and have a wonderful night. Good night.
Yo, there's a jungle out. There's a jungle out. There's a jungle out.